Hello everyone, I welcome you back to this another session on ethics case studies as we are going to discuss about various case studies about how to attempt what is the approach that you need to take when you are basically attempting the case studies in your GS4 paper. Okay, so let's start with the today's one. So we have a topic of corruption versus call of duty. Okay, so we have got a situation which has been given on your screen that you are the district magistrate of a flood prone district. The flood control department has already allocated 40 crore rupees for building embankments in the low lying area of the riverbank. There have been various complaints from locals over the delay in project completion, violations of rules and misuse of funds by the nexus of politicians and contractors. During monsoon, the embankment construction could not withstand a single season of flooding. This has led to the submergence of many villages in floodwater and thousands of people are trapped in the villages. The villages are completely cut off and there is a scarcity of flood and drinking water, and due to water stagnation, there is also a risk of epidemic spread in the region. Okay? So here, there is a huge discontent and protest over the allegation of corruption against the local politician. As he is a popular face of ruling political party in the state, there is severe pressure from political heads to cover the corruption issue. Defying the orders of the political bosses will bring wreck towards you and may also lead to your transfer. Okay, so here you can see about the nexus which is building upon a civil servant as well as a politician. Though it directly says about the apathy of today's country of us, where the politicians pressurize the civil servants to act upon something which is basically with their respective interest rather than the interest of the public. So here, if the question is asked that as a district magistrate, what will be your course of action to manage the situation in the district? So you have the COA to what he said, that is the course of action. Secondly, identify the various dimensions of the crisis involved in the issue and based on your understanding, suggest measures to deal with the crisis. So here it has been asked about the dimensions which are involved in this particular case or situation which has been given to you in front of. Then here, if I have to go with the solution, you can see that I am categorizing the table over here where it has been defined about firstly the facts of the case. Okay, so what are the facts of the case? It has been given over here. Floods due to failure of recently constructed embankment. Okay, severe condition of people trapped in the submerged villages. Jot pani hoise, tap manu fosi ase. Protest over allegations of corruption. Okay, flood or kunu programs ami lua nai to hetu karone allegations korise. Political pressure to cover up the issue because it will bring a bad name to the political party assigned over there or ruling over there. Stakeholders kun hoi gol, means who are the people who are a part of this particular case? Villagers, contractors, politicians, self, that is myself being the district magistrate. Values, leadership dekhabo lagibo, how efficient you are as a leader, basically leading the district, or how strong you have got the foundational values of civil services. Courage, then fortitude. Fortitude means what? It's the highest level of being courageous. Courage to horu level. Courage so be rakhabo pare. But the highest level of courageousness is known as fortitude. That means even dealing with such number of political nexus, how efficiently you are building a trust among the public and showcast what type of wrongdoings that have happened in your respective district. Types of compassion, accountability, honesty as well as trust. Okay, so obviously yate tumalke na bhai baje trust or spelling bodli gol. We have got a spelling error over here, so no issue with that. Yate eta T add kori diba. That is trust. Okay. Anyways, course of action. Step 1 ki kori moi? Initiate a rescue operation and ensuring the availability of food, medicines and drinking. Okay, so yate rescue operation korilu, our food, medicines or drinking water moi dibole because it's the basic needs of life. So ki hobo reason? Preventing loss of life. Hetu atmosphere ete thakibo lagibo. Children and women are the worst sufferers, to tekharokolak bosabo lagibo. District magistrate must have responsibility to ensure supply of all essential material. To being a DM of a particular district, I have this particular number of responsibilities. So ekini moi kori with the first option. Second option of ki koise? Accessing the severity of the situation and reaching out to disaster forces. Okay, that is response forces kunbla hobo either NDRF or SDRF, that is National Disaster Response Force aru State Disaster Response Force. এই দুটা থাকিব. So State Disaster Response Force or this one have appropriate experience of handling flood situations. Jodi moi etu koru. Then third option, persuading locals not to protest and cooperate with the government officials. Yate reason ki hobo? Making the local understand that immediate need is to rescue the stranded people instead of going for protest. Situation বেয়া হৈ আছে তাত protest কৰি এতিয়া কি হ'ব? Already যি হ'ব লগা আসলা হৈ গল. So এতিয়া মোৰ first preference কি হ'ব লাগিব? To rescue the people who are trapped under such situations. Then local youth can help in locating stranded people. কিহৰ কাৰণে? কাৰণ they know about the geography, about the physiography very well as compared to me being the district magistrate. They can even help in calming down the others with no confidence on government due to corruption allegations. তো locals যদি মোক confidence কিছুমান অকমান local youths যদি confidence মই অকন gain কৰি ল'ব পাৰো তেখেতসকলে মোক help কৰিব পাৰে কেনেকে? So as to bring some number of calmness in the people who are protesting because of such number of allegations. তো এটো মই অপশনত ল'ব পাৰো being the third option. Excuse me. Fourth option কি ল'ব পাৰো? Forming a special investigating team to look into charges of corruption. তো যিমানখিনি corruption allegations হৈছে সেইখিনি কাৰণে মই এটা স্পেশাল ইনভেষ্টিগেশন টিম বনাব পাৰো যোনে মোক ৰিপোৰ্ট কৰিব ডাইৰেক্টলি সো ইয়াতে কি হ'ব knowing and understanding of the facts yes and SIT report can be used in subverting any political pressure okay so এই দুটা কাম মোৰ এটো যদি অপশন লৈ লও তেতিয়া মোৰ হ'ব তাৰপিছত taking strict action against wrongdoers যোনে বেয়া কাম কৰিছে যোনে allegations লগাইছে তো obviously যদি proof হয় then they will directly be the people who are basically involved. They must be identified and held accountable for failure of this particular embankment. That means the contractor and the respective nexus with the political parties. Tapsot, flood prevention, mitigation and adaptation, it is basically something which is known as disaster management. So yate, since the area is the flood prone region, it is the administration duty to make it safer for the people in the coming times. So egita option and egita region ami low parim, that is the course of action. Ethical dimensions ki ase? First ethical dimension is the denial of justice. That means lives of the people gets completely devastated by the loss of their homes and livelihood due to floods. So yate, obviously, I have to think about the ethical concerns involved in this particular act. So yate justice denied hoye ase, that is right to life. So yate ei bostu to amar main criteria rahi jay. Tar pisot yate ki ase? Yate say about the lack of compassion and respect for human lives. The people who are contractors or the people who are the political parties, the people who are engaged in such number of nexus, they do not have any compassion. They do not have the value of compassion when they are killing life just because of some of the amount of money that they are getting out of some of the very less quality materials that has been used in the embankments. So এই বস্তুটো আমি চাব লাগিব because তাহাতৰ compassion টো নাই. So therefore there is the ethical phenomena which is lacking in the context of the builders. তাৰপিছত loss of faith in the leaders. So as it enuka hotai hoy thake, then what is the leader that we will trust? Whom we will trust? Every political party is like same for us. So ei bostuto ami sabo lagibo je kune bhal kam korise, kun political leader e bhal kam korise, kun leader e besi like they are directly going in some form of corruption. Ebla bostu ami sabo lagibo and then we should wisely vote about our respective leaders in their elections. Tapsot legal dimensions ki ase? Corruption. So obviously kunbai jodi kore then ami etu corruption authorities, okay, be it the anti-corruption bureau, so they will directly come under this prominence and even they will have a proper measures to be tackled so that we can put them under bars who are involved in every form of corruption. Etu ami sabo lagi. Tapsot governance failure, আজি government e ki koi ase je more governance less government, mane government e less humabo governance mechanism to basic strong hobo. So at this point of time, I can say that it is not just a failure of the government to take timely measures in preventing a disaster in flood-prone area, but also a failure of the civil society which could not initiate timely actions despite having knowledge of the delay in the project. So kuno action nolole timely. Aru tar karone ei gote embankments to failure hobole hol. So etu eta amar dimension ahi jay. Tarpsot politicization of the bureaucracy. So ei gote bureaucracy to politicization kore dise. Means even the district magistrate, even the engineers, সবখিনি যদি মিলি নাথাকে then obviously কোনোবা এজনে কেতিয়াও এটা বেয়া কাম কৰিব নোৱাৰে. So there is a nexus, so we have to break this nexus. তাৰপিছত measures to deal with the crisis কি কৰিব পাৰো? District magistrate must show spirit of service and conviction to ensure justice. So the people needs to be behind the bars. Eto ami koribo lagibo. Okay, then we have to see about ensuring legal justice by ensuring that those guilty must be punished. Okay, so ami tahata book according to the law of the land ami tekhakolok anibo lagibo in the ambit of book. Then taking confidence building measures to regain the trust of the people. Kisuman enuka kam koribo lagibo so that we can again trust, we can again make the brotherhood amongst the people who is having a trust on the government. Ami trust to aru bohabo lagibo. So kisuman innovative ami ideas loi ahibo lagibo. Long term measures for fraud preventions, mitigation, adaptation heblak lobo lagibo. Aru lastly, local people must be made aware about their rights and services. Aru hetu citizen centric governance or amar main funda hoy, and that has been associated with various number of reports that has been discussed in this present scenario. Okay, so ekhini bostu asile about our particular case study which is going to discuss in our YouTube platform absolutely free. So stay tuned with us for more case studies to be discussed in the coming times. Thank you all.